Hello, thank you for joining me for another Yankee candle review video. It's been a little while since my last review. I have been on holiday and I bought a lot of candles. I didn't mean to buy as many as I bought, but they're going to be reviewed in my next video. I'm going to do two separate videos for those, one for the Yankee candles and one for all the other brands I bought. But this review today is for a delivery I received just before I went on holiday. I think literally 2 or 3 days before I went on holiday, and therefore I didn't really get a chance to review it. So I'm doing it today. It's going to be a small, quite quick review. There's nothing too major in this delivery. So I will start with something which I think a lot of you probably find very boring, but for me, I was quite excited by it. I've got 48 of these Yankee Candle Unscented votives. Now I know a lot of you will be thinking, why the hell would you want to buy unscented votives from Yankee? You know, they do a lot of different fragrances, but the fact is that, as you know, I do a lot of window displays and I have candles burning around the house that don't necessarily need to be scented, and that is what I'm going to be using these for, in place of tea lights, because you know tea lights last 5-6 hours. These last a good 12-14 hours, so I can get a good 2 or 3 evenings burn out of one of these, as opposed to one evening from a tea light. I've already used some of these and they burn perfectly. They burn just as well as the normal scented votives, and although they're unscented, there is a very slight hint of coconut or maybe shea butter, something like that, but it's only very, very slight. And I bought 48 of these. These were in one of the dollar tartan votive sales. That's when I picked it up. Now unfortunately I don't think Yankee are doing these anymore. I looked on the website the other day and I couldn't find them anywhere. The only unscented products I could find were tea lights. Which is a shame if they've got rid of them, because I would have become quite a big buyer of these. I would have bought these over the year and stockpiled them ready for autumn and winter. I've already used a few of them in some of my window displays, and I believe the 48 I've got will probably last me all the way through autumn and winter, into spring, which is when I stopped doing kind of window displays. So yeah, it's a shame if they've stopped making these. I'm not quite sure where I'll go for my unscented votives. I'll have to find another brand. But yeah, that's that. It says I can't really go into too much detail because it is just it's an unscented candle. But you don't, in the UK at least, you don't seem to get many unscented votives. You know, you can find church candles and altar candles and pillar candles everywhere, but votives are harder to come by, and good long-lasting votives as well. Sometimes you'll get them. I have bought a brand before where they just kind of tunnel in the middle. Even if they're in like a snug votive holder, they'll just tunnel straight down. So you've got to be quite careful. But yeah, these are going to get used. I might post some pictures actually. I've just literally today and yesterday have been assembling autumn in the house. If any of you are on the Candle Dancer Facebook page, you would have possibly seen some of my handiwork already. And these will work wonders. I spend quite a lot of money on tea lights because I get through about a pack of 50 a night, with all the various lanterns and hurricanes and window displays, and I only use cheap tea lights because of that. So at least with these votives, hopefully I can make my tea lights last a little bit longer. The next purchase was 8 boxes of scented Yankee tea lights. This was, I believe, another sale. I think it was tea lights for $2.50 on the Yankee website some time ago now. I think it must have been about July. So I just stocked up on some fragrances, a lot of which I've not used before, but some of them I have, so I'll quickly run through. I got 8 boxes altogether. 2 of them are pumpkin wreath, As I said in my last review, I absolutely love pumpkin wreath, and I can now give actually a bit of a more detailed review on these because I have burnt these since the review. I burnt 3 at once in the bathroom, and you open the bathroom door and you was hit with the smell of pumpkin wreath. It is a really strong performing tea light and a strong performing candle in general, and just a lovely pumpkin apple spicy scent. It's a real autumn fragrance. If you love autumn, you will love these. I also got Mountain Pine, which I have previously reviewed. Once again, I've burnt these, and yeah, really strong pine smell. Actually, perfect for a bathroom. But yeah, these are perfect for after Christmas, during winter time, maybe even as spring's approaching, just to get a sense of freshness in the air after, you know, the spices and the bakery notes of Christmas. Fall Festival, another repeat purchase. Now, I wasn't too keen when I first reviewed Fall Festival. It had notes of coriander, which it still does on cold sniff, but actually when I burnt these tea lights, the scent changed completely. It went from coriander to a very deep, strong, spicy, clovey, cinnamon type smell. It was a really strong, deep spice. So give these a chance. If you don't like them on cold sniff, you might well like them when they're burning. I was pleasantly surprised. The rest of the candles are new to me, so I'll spend a little bit longer on them. The first is Pinecone and Lime. I've been meaning to try these for a while. It intrigued me, Pinecone and Lime. It's not something you generally put together. And they do smell. Unfortunately, the box came unbroken, so the scent's kind of leaked a bit, but it's actually almost kind of a little bit woody, which I'm assuming is the Pinecone. The lime does make it a lot more fresh. And I would imagine with these, you could burn these at any time of the year. I would assume that they're hinting towards a more festive smell, but I would say you could probably burn these in the spring or even the summer, just to get a nice fresh smell. Next we have Cafe Au Lait. I've not really had much in the way of coffee smells. I think the Kringle Espresso Crema is my first coffee fragrance candle. So I picked these up just to see how Yankee do it really, and they are quite nice in smell. It's a very sweet coffee, possibly notes of caramel. Much like walking into a coffee shop like Starbucks or Costa or Cafe Nero. Yeah, it's not like a rich black coffee. It's definitely Cafe Au Lait. It's a white coffee, sweetened, creamy, caramelly. Quite nice. I'm not sure when I'll burn these. I'm not a huge coffee drinker, but when I do drink it, I tend to drink it more towards the colder months. So I might burn these to remind me of that in autumn. But I would imagine if you are a coffee drinker all the year through, then you could burn these whenever, just to give you that lovely smell of coffee. And the next two are not my traditional winter and autumn fragrances. I bought these to kind of have something to burn in spring and summer. The first is Black Cherry. Now, when I started burning Yankee candles years ago now, almost a lifetime ago, and before I knew about the care of candles, Black Cherry was one of my first and tunnelled awfully, but at the time I didn't know that that was a bad thing, and just threw the wax away. I know, shocking. And I've not really had it since, so I thought I'd remind myself with Black Cherry. It is a lovely fragrance. It is a lovely strong cherry smell, almost kind of artificial, but nice. I know it's like a cherry cola type smell. quite strong. I'm hoping that these will perform really well, because I do remember, although it was quite a while ago, that jar did perform, it did throw really well. So I'm hoping these tea lights will be the same. So yeah, this will probably be a summer burn. I think that's when cherries ripen in the summer, so that should be good. And the next is green grass. More of a springtime candle. It's a very... yeah, it's not like a freshly mown lawn, but it has got a green smell to it, quite florally. Yeah, possibly more of a lovely fresh spring day smell, not necessarily a mown grass smell. But very, very nice. These will be burnt in the spring, just to kind of pep things up after winter. That's all the tea lights. And the last thing I bought, this was an eBay purchase. Now, if you remember, I reviewed crackling campfire in tart form a while back, and I managed to get it in a candle, part of the Home Classics line. I was quite shocked at how big and chunky this is. I thought it would be just like a tumbler candle. And just to compare in size, you know, this is the tumbler and this is the glass jar. And you can see that it's actually quite a big chunky candle. The glass is really quite thick and weighted at the bottom. Unfortunately, the lid is a bit of a letdown. It's just like a plastic lid with holes in, which means, I guess, in shops that you could smell it without taking the lid off. It's got 2 wicks, which also surprised me. But yeah, lovely woody, smoky smell. There's almost a little bit of cherry there. I'm not sure if it's cherry tobacco, but there's something there sweetening it. I can smell it a lot better in jar form than I could in tart form. And I'm really hoping this performs well. I know someone commented on one of my last videos that said that they got a jar of this and that their husband loved it. So I'm hoping I will. On cold, I really, really love it. It's a real nice autumn smell. I don't believe this line has come over to the UK, and indeed when it only appeared on the Yankee website in tart form. I found this on eBay, and it was something silly like $7 or $8, and I thought, well, I might as well. I was hoping I would find some on my trip to America, but I didn't find any. I'm not quite sure where the Home Classics line is available in America. If anyone knows, please comment. But yeah, I look forward to burning this. It's a soft wax, which I prefer. Really, really nice. So yeah, that will be getting a burn very, very soon. So that was my quite small delivery. The bulk of it was took up by the 48 samplers, votives. So I will be doing a couple of videos over the next 2 days, like I said, for my purchases that I got in America. So look out for that. I said one will be purely Yankee and one will be all the other candles. I did buy lots of different brands, but 1 or 2 candles of each, so I thought I'd lump them all into one video and lump all my Yankees, which was about 7 or 8 candles, into another. So yeah, thank you for watching and I hope you enjoyed it. Bye bye.